My name is Nabeeha. I'm the operations manager at Todd's Welfare Society. It's an animal rescue NGO that's based in Lahore and has been working for the protection of animal rights as well as animal welfare since 2016. It's going to be 6 years to us operating in Lahore, and we've been involved in rescue of street animals that are injured, abused, left behind. We rescue these animals and we provide them a safe place to heal and recover. And we also then look for homes for them. We have an animal shelter in Lahore which became operational in 2019. And that was the first animal shelter in Lahore. That facility houses about 50 dogs and about 40 cats. We also occasionally take in donkeys, as well as kites and other birds that may be injured. I think it's important to understand that animals aren't really given the respect and dignity that they deserve in our society. They're often overlooked, and even when we started doing this work, people mocked us and said all sorts of things like, why wouldn't you do something for humans? There are so many entities that are already doing something for humans. There was nobody at that time when we started doing anything for animals. TWS was actually started because of a horrible case of animal abuse. An animal was shot down, and our team went to the scene. We weren't exactly a team. We were just individuals that knew one another, and we called each other up. We asked, what can we do about the situation? And the vets decided that it was best to euthanize that dog because it did not have any quality of life. And that's when the realization settled in that, there's nobody in Lahore that is actually doing anything for animals. There's nobody, there's no organization, there's no entity that we could have gone to for help in regards to that dog. Or, there was no platform that was there at that time to raise awareness for animals. And that's how the very next day, Todd's Welfare Society was formed to, with this vow to protect animals like that dog. We named that dog Joanne, and because of Joanne, in a way, Todd's Welfare Society was formed. And after Joanne, we've gone to save, thousands of animals in her name, in her memory as well. And that's cases like her keep us going. I think one of the things that we come across often is that we generally have this general hatred towards street dogs. Unfortunately, that may be cultural, that may be religious. And it does not really make sense if you think about it, because dogs don't really mean harm. It's just us, bothering them for unnecessary reasons. Like we say this a lot, that, we come across so many abuse cases that it doesn't really make sense to us that why would you, inflict pain on them? And the only message that we give to people after that is that, you don't have to like them. It's okay if you don't like them, but why go out of the way to, give harm, to harm them? We have a really unfortunate case at the shelter currently that we're treating. Her name's Mercy. We named her Mercy because she didn't really receive any mercy from humans. And it just seemed like the perfect name for her after all that she'd been through. She was found by one of our team members on the side of the road, bleeding from her mouth, absolutely defeated, absolutely broken. And it was horrible because when we asked people around what had happened, we found out that some people had, beaten her with sticks, and then they had left her to die over there. And I think as humans, when we try to think about these things, they don't really make sense. You'd wonder that who is able to do such a thing, right? And then we brought Mercy to the shelter. We got her blood work done. We knew at that point that her legs were broken, but her condition was so bad, and we couldn't even take her for x-rays right there and then, because we knew that that was pointless at that point. We had to wait a certain period of time to get her x-rays done. And her blood profiles, they were horrible. She had ingested maybe a poisonous animal. And her liver was completely damaged. And, we were in this state of denial because, it's like her case only kept on getting worse. We got her blood profile done, and we found out that, she had ingested something poisonous. Our vets thought that maybe it was a snake. which had caused her, blood profile which had caused damage to her liver. We started flushing her liver out, and she started getting better. But, after a few days, in this line of work, we would want that, after some time, things at least get better. But, after some time, when we got her x-ray done, we found out something even more horrific. There were two, pieces of metal inside her body. And what we've been assuming, because the only thing that makes sense at this point is that they were pellets. Like somebody had most likely shot her as well. So this dog that had been beaten by sticks, left to die, had also been shot before and had also ingested something poisonous. And she had been shown no mercy by humans. It's still incredibly heartbreaking because Mercy does not trust us. She's receiving treatment at the shelter, but she's still in this state of denial. She still shows this aggression to us. And that makes sense, What have we done right for her to even show us kindness? We've only been harsh to her. We've only broken her spirit. Why should she be nice to us? Why should she show any kind of compassion to us when we could not show that to her? But I think with all these cases, if there's one person out there doing any act of kindness, it does go a long way. So while Mercy may take time to actually heal and recover, she will eventually learn to trust us. We know that because of how we've, worked with these animals before, and they are the most amazing beings. They are so capable of feeling. They're so capable of, showing us what they feel like, showing us how, these situations affect them. And we always say this, that there's so much we could learn from them. There are incredible acts of compassion, and there are incredible, messages of kindness that these animals give to us all the time. I remember there was another case, Aurora, she's also at our shelter. She was shot down in broad daylight, and her shoulder blade was, it was blown off because of the gunshot. And when she came to our shelter, she was gasping for breath. Her heartbeat was incredibly fast, and she was anemic because she had lost so much blood. Our team was not positive. Our team did not think she would survive. We didn't think she would survive because obviously her body had gone into respiratory distress and it didn't look good. 1 day later, this dog, she's standing, which means she had responded to treatment. She was also injured in her back leg, so she couldn't stand properly. She was still, limping. But the first thing that this dog does was wag her tail at us. Can you imagine that this dog that had been shot down by humans, that the pain caused to this dog by humans, and she was wagging her tail at us, showing so much gratitude for all that we had done for us. It was incredibly humbling, but at the same time, it was very, very heartbreaking to see that, this dog had seen so much, but this dog was still so kind. This dog was still so loving. This dog was still so, forgiving. And such stories have always broken our heart, but it has also reminded us that these beings are very, very capable of feeling. And these beings, they do not get enough credit for, what they are and the emotions that they relay. Another issue that we see over here, and that's actually one of the main reasons why TWS was ever formed, is dog culling. The government calls on these entities to, kill them and shoot them down. But we've been doing that for so many years, and that has not worked. And that should make you question that, this method is ineffective. And not just ineffective, it's also incredibly cruel. Dog culling does not help reduce numbers of street dogs. Yes, there's an overpopulation of street dogs. Yes, something needs to be done about it, but dog culling is not it. The only humane method, which is also recommended by World Health Organization, is trap, neuter, vaccinate, and release. Street dogs are caught, they're sterilized, which means the reproductive organs are removed, and they're vaccinated for rabies to help eliminate rabies, and then they're released back into the society. Moreover, I think it's a really, really important. Education and awareness is so incredibly important. Even to this day, we still get questions about why we do this. We do this because there's so much we can learn from them. There's so much we can teach our kids. There's so much we can teach adults about compassion and kindness. And it's adopt and not shop. We have to stop being a breed-conscious society because there's so many street animals that could do with a home. We've got a shelter full of animals, but no adoptions because people keep buying breeds. Breeding is not ethical, and we should support adoptions over, buying. You can adopt a breed as well, that's okay, but adopt. Give these animals a chance, give them a home, give them that chance at life that they so deserve. They've seen so much, they've seen the worst of humans, but that's not it. Good humans exist, good humans are all around us. They have, we managed to run this organization because of good people. We're a primarily donation and organization because of their support. We've managed to save so many lives. So good people exist. Empathy trumps all. Compassion trumps all. We all have the chance. We all have the power to change lives. So we must do that today.